The aftermath of the ARIRANG World Tour in Korea was supposed to be quiet. After 3 consecutive nights of explosive performances, emotional moments, and global attention, many expected the spotlight to gradually shift, the noise to fade, and the media cycle to move on. But that didn't happen. Instead, something unusual began to unfold across South Korea. Television networks, online platforms, and major media outlets couldn't seem to stop talking about one thing. One person. BTS had just delivered one of the most powerful concert openings in recent memory. The scale was massive, the production was flawless, and the impact was immediate. But among all the highlights, all the viral clips, all the unforgettable moments, one name kept rising above the rest: Jeon Jungkook. From the very first night, it was clear that something about Jungkook's performance was different. It wasn't just the choreography. It wasn't just the visuals. It wasn't even just the vocals, though those alone had already captured global attention. It was everything combined, a presence, a controlled, an intensity that seemed to go beyond the stage itself. Media outlets began replaying clips almost immediately. At first, it was expected: highlight reels, short segments, quick breakdowns of key moments. But as the hours turned into days, something became obvious. They weren't stopping. Morning news programs replayed his high notes. Entertainment channels looped his dance breaks. Online articles dissected his expressions, his gestures, even the smallest details of his performance. It was everywhere. "Why can't we stop watching this?" one headline asked. "This is not just a performance. This is a phenomenon," another declared. The repetition wasn't forced. It was driven by demand. Viewers kept clicking, kept watching, kept sharing, and the more they did, the more the media responded, because what Jungkook had delivered on that stage wasn't just content. It was something people felt. Clips of his most powerful vocal moments began circulating across major Korean platforms, gaining millions of views within hours. His high notes, clear, stable, and emotionally charged, became the center of discussion. Experts weighed in. Vocal coaches analyzed his technique, pointing out his control, his breath support, his ability to maintain stability even during intense choreography. This level of consistency during live performance is rare, one analyst noted. And what makes it even more impressive, another added, is how effortless he makes it look. But it wasn't just professionals who were talking. Fans, casual viewers, even people who weren't deeply familiar with BTS found themselves drawn into the conversation. Because the performance transcended boundaries. It didn't matter if you were an ARMY or not. If you saw it, you felt it. And then there were the dance moments. Media outlets replayed specific segments over and over again. Jungkook's sharp transitions, his fluid movements, the way he controlled every beat of the music with precision. Slow motion edits highlighted his technique. Split-screen comparisons showed his synchronization with the music. Frame-by-frame breakdowns revealed details that many had missed in real time. And each time, the conclusion was the same. This wasn't just good. This was exceptional. But perhaps the most talked about aspect wasn't his technical skill. It was his presence. The way he stood on stage. The way he looked into the crowd. The way he connected with thousands of people at once while somehow making it feel personal. Media commentators struggled to define it. It's charisma, some said. No, it's something more than that, others argued, because whatever it was, it couldn't be easily explained. It had to be experienced, and that's why the clips kept playing, over and over and over again. Even variety shows began referencing the concert. Hosts brought up Jungkook's performance in conversations, replaying clips during discussions, reacting in real time as if they were seeing it for the first time, even though they had already watched it multiple times. "Look at this moment," one host said, pausing a clip mid-performance. "The way he controls the stage here, it's unbelievable." Another responded, "I've seen this clip at least 10 times, and it still gives me chills." That became a recurring theme, and no matter how many times people watched it, it didn't lose its impact. If anything, it grew stronger. Meanwhile, online communities exploded with discussion. Posts analyzing Jungkook's performance reached trending status across multiple platforms. Comments flooded in from all over the world, but Korean netizens were particularly vocal. "This is legendary. He's on another level right now. I can't stop watching this clip. This is why he's Jungkook." The repetition of that last phrase became almost symbolic. This is why he's Jungkook. Because what people were witnessing wasn't just a good performance. It was a defining moment, a moment that reminded everyone why he holds the position he does, why he commands the attention he does, why, even in a group as globally dominant as BTS, he could still stand out in such a powerful way. As days passed, the media coverage didn't slow down. If anything, it evolved. Longer segments were produced, in-depth analyses were published, comparisons were made, not to other artists, but to Jungkook himself. This might be his best performance yet, one article suggested. Has he reached a new peak? Another questioned. And perhaps that was the most fascinating part of all. The conversation wasn't about whether he was good. That was already established. The conversation was about how far he could go, because if this was his current level, what comes next? The curiosity fueled the coverage. The coverage fueled the attention, and the cycle continued. Even international media began picking up on the trend, noting how Korean outlets couldn't stop replaying Jungkook's performance. It became a story within a story, a meta-narrative about the impact of the performance itself. Why is everyone still talking about this? One international headline asked. The answer was simple: because it mattered, because it resonated, because it stayed, and perhaps most importantly, because it reminded people of something. That in an industry filled with constant releases, endless content, and rapidly shifting attention, there are still moments that break through, moments that demand to be watched. Again, moments that refuse to fade, moments that become part of something bigger. As the ARIRANG World Tour prepared to move to its next destination, one thing remained clear. The concerts in Korea had done more than just entertain. They had created a moment centered around Jungkook, a moment that the media couldn't stop replaying, a moment that audiences couldn't stop watching, and a moment that, long after the stage lights dimmed, continued to shine in screens, in conversations, and in the minds of everyone who experienced it. Because sometimes a performance doesn't end when the music stops. Sometimes it just begins. Something unbelievable is happening in Korea right now. After the BTS ARIRANG World Tour, Korean media outlets can't stop replaying one performance. And it's all because of Jeon Jungkook. From powerful vocals to insane stage presence, Jungkook completely dominated the concert. And now his moments are being broadcasted everywhere. TV shows, news channels, online platforms. Everyone is talking about it. Why can't they stop watching him? This isn't just a concert anymore. This is a viral phenomenon. Watch the full story and see why Jungkook is taking over the media backhand index. Pointing down purple heart. Like if you're proud of Jungkook, purple heart. Comment your favorite moment, purple heart. Subscribe for more BTS updates. Something unbelievable is happening in Korea right now. After the BTS ARIRANG World Tour, Korean media outlets can't stop replaying one performance. And it's all because of Jeon Jungkook. From powerful vocals to insane stage presence, Jungkook completely dominated the concert. And now his moments are being broadcasted everywhere. TV shows, news channels, online platforms. Everyone is talking about it. Why can't they stop watching him? This isn't just a concert anymore. This is a viral phenomenon. Watch the full story and see why Jungkook is taking over the media backhand index. Pointing down purple heart. Like if you're proud of Jungkook, purple heart. Comment your favorite moment, purple heart. Subscribe for more BTS updates.